News.
Oh, we're starting, aren't you?
Yeah, big news, big news,
Yeah.
big news.
Star
Star Wars Episode 7.
Yeah. Apparently it's a new trilogy, it's just a whole new trilogy that Disney are planning to do. So
Why?
I don't see it's necessarily a bad thing.
Why?
Because George Lucas is a fat fuck and he'll do anything for
Well,
money.
actually
That's
heard
well, he
right-
does say that sell out and he's done nothing to do with it, so that's probably a good.
I actually heard right. There was actually 9 scripts originally made.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they had planned to do like, a good 9 or 10 or whatever, but obviously they just did the first 3, which were the middle 3 if you think about this trilogy now, and then they did the prequels, which were god awful. And then probably they just figured,
I
fuck it.
think they done them to try and explain the original trilogy.
Yeah. And they didn't do a very good job because there were so many plot holes.
I'm gonna enjoy seeing how Episode 7 is somehow more technologically advanced than Episode 6.
Yeah,
That'll be interesting to see, considering
If you think about it, right,
everything was destroyed.
the rebels could potentially be the bad guys because I never saw any Empire oppression. Aside from the one bit with like the family,
Yeah,
Luke's family being
never mind the
burnt
fact
alive.
that the Sith are at the head of the Empire or anything like that.
Oh come on, just because they got red lightsabers, the Jedi say they're the bad guys, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're the bad guys. It's exactly like a religion.
Anakin killed every child in the temple. How is that not a?
Palpatine never explicitly said go kill all the children.
I
It
did.
could just be Anakin's a wank, and Anakin was a wank.
You're not telling me to go kill all the.
Kill every living Jedi. I'm pretty sure.
Okay,
That
right,
included
think
children.
about the situation that you're in Episode 1. All the Sith are dead. That would include Sith children. So the Jedi must have killed Sith children as well. They're as bad as each other.
You don't need to be. You don't, yeah, exactly. Some of them don't even.
For example,
They don't even need Sith children.
What do you mean don't need Sith children?
What? Anakin was not a Sith child. He
I don't know
became.
if he got
He
a
became a
Sith child.
Sith.
Yeah, but he's a wank. Totally different.
No, right, that's
Okay,
all
moral
that
of the story: Anakin Skywalker is a wanker. There you go.
Anakin Skywalker's a wanker, but Darth Vader isn't. The difference.
can tell the
the
difference.
same.
No,
I
they
love-
are definitely
I love-
not the
I
same
love how
person.
at the
I
end-
refuse to acknowledge that the person who plays the 7-foot hulking Darth Vader in episodes 4, 5 and 6 is the same whiny teenager in episodes 1, 2 and 3.
That's a good point. See, if you actually look at the extended footage of Episode 1, the little kid actor that plays Anakin does not have a fucking clue what he's doing.
Yeah, I know.
There's literally
Fuck off.
there's literally a point on the platform where he doesn't know whether to stay on the platform or go. I don't think that's acting. I think it's general confusion
Yeah.
at his stage directions that he did not have a clue of where he was to be.
Why is he the only one on Tatooine who's got an American accent?
That's true. Also noticed that at the end of Episode 6 they've CGI'd in Hayden.
Oh, get to fuck!
Hayden, whatever his name
Hayden
is.
Christensen.
Aye, they've CGI'd him. Imagine the guy that originally played Darth Vader. That poor bastard has now got nothing to
David
do with the
Prowse
series.
How does he feel now? He was already 7 foot tall and they hired him only because of his height. And then he started talking and was like, well, we can't have a Scottish Darth Vader because he doesn't sound intimidating at all. Which is quite contrary to how people see Scottish people nowadays. So then they got James Earl Jones. God, I love James Earl Jones.
We like
Nothing
James.
wrong with James Earl
We
Jones.
like James Earl Jones.
What's the story going to be for Episode 7?
It's
I
meant
don't
to
know.
be like it's meant to be 40 years into the future, and it's meant to be what Luke's kids are going to be.
Yeah, something like
It can't be. Like, I'm sorry, but it can't be. Especially since the original cast aren't coming back. They'd have to be
that.
in
They
it.
said they would. They said they were interested in coming back.
Are they?
Yeah,
I heard that they weren't.
Carrie
Aye, a lot of
Fisher,
them
Carrie
have said
Fisher,
that they-
Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill's definitely on board to do it if he wants to.
Of course he is. He never got the fame from Star Wars in the first place. Of course he'll hop back on the bandwagon.
But so it's Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, and Mark Hamill both said that they both. There's 3 of them. All 3 of them said that.
Have any of you read the comics or the books for the Star Wars?
I read the one when I was younger about the one when the Emperor comes back as like a sort of Sith ghost, which would make sense considering you get Jedi ghosts.
Yeah.
So.
So I'm the only one that's read it on again.
Recently, yeah.
Again. Apparently, well, I know for a fact that one of Han and Leo's children are Sith.
Yeah, they turn in and they have to kill him or something.
But sorry, that's what it's meant to be. Han's children, no Luke's. It's meant to
See,
be Han.
Sith
Aye.
children. Just saying, Sith children.
I don't think they were born Sith.
Yeah.
Considering.
But if you think about the Empire, right, they've managed to do this whole thing where they've managed to build a giant space station capable of destroying a planet. We've got no idea how the rebels are going to be at handling a government. They could be god awful at it. All they've done is gone about blowing up things. Now they've got to adjust to being the people who have to fight off the rebels.
I think the weird part of that is the main characters for a start. Han Solo and Leia are just like, oh, we have an evil child. That's a shame.
Yeah. True. It'll be interesting to see how the rebels manage to handle managing government if it's in the same situation later on.
So, oh, you're interested in government? Are you interested in politics? The actual movie.
Movie and the politics within it. I just think it's nice.
It's a
I think
movie, it's not
interesting-
real.
I think it's interesting
We're
to
not going
think
to go
that
into
the
a
potential
discussion
repercussions.
about how Star Wars parliaments are run.
Do you have any idea what nerds do? This is the sort of shit this is some of the shit some of them discuss to some of our viewers who consider themselves nerds but don't discuss it. But take an interest in it.
Like Calum has, and obviously.
I'm just saying that the rebels might not be the good guys that we imagine them to be, that's all. Except Han Solo. Han Solo's awesome.
Everybody loves Han Solo.
And I don't care if he shot first or second. No.
Who came up with that argument?
I don't know. Obviously there's the people that sit down and watch a movie and analyse every point of it and then figure, well, Han shot first there or whatever, but, you know.
If he didn't shoot first, he'd be dead. Isn't that kind of the point of that scene?
So what if he shot Greedo first? Greedo was there collect like a bounty on his head or some shit like
Is
that.
it like a terrorist act, though?
Yeah, he was telling her about Jabba. He was kind of threatening. I mean, look at him. He was green and all blue. Or blue.
Because he was green.
Because he was green. Or blue. I don't know. I don't give a crap which. He was probably like aqua. Like,
I think he was green. Or did
I
they
think he
change
was
him as
green.
well?
I think they changed him as well. Or maybe I'm thinking of an alien that looks like Greedo. That's like the same race, but he's a different colour that crops up.
That could be it.
Or earlier on. Yeah. But either way,
Shouldn't there be more black people in this one?
I don't know. Didn't really see
Because
that
I'm
many.
pretty sure Lando was the
Lando's
only
like
black
the only
guy.
black guy in.
Oh no. Well, in the second trilogy, so the first three, there was what's his name?
Mace Windu.
He doesn't count.
And he died.
Mhm.
He didn't have any kids. He was a member of the Jedi Council.
Doesn't count. It may be Samuel L. Jackson, but it does not count.
Yeah. To be honest, I'm still pissy at Anakin for killing Mace Windu, or at least chopping his arm off.
Yeah.
I don't care if he wanted him to be tried. If he had learned anything, Episode 1 is just like a giant political drama with some lightsabers thrown in it, because it starts off with a trade federation blocking trade to a planet. That's not exactly stellar.
But
That's not booking seats.
we
right
have to kind of go because the god himself is in it.
there. Yeah, Liam Neeson. Yeah, well,
Everyone-
here's the only good thing of it.
Everyone
Two
here
good
loves
things.
Liam Neeson.
Two good things about that movie. Liam Neeson, because he played the only Irish Jedi ever, and he was a badass, except for when he died in the most stupid way possible. Where he didn't even die, he died like via lightsaber going through, but the thing that caused it was him being hit with the hilt of it. Darth Maul's got to be the first person to ever think, yeah, I just use this. Rather than- he was the second good thing about that movie.
It's like being butted with a gun, eh? Just
Yeah.
like, fuck it, take that.
Yeah, and then bam. And let's face it, Obi-Wan would have been fucked if Darth Maul wasn't just a twat and just decided, yeah, I'm just gonna throw sparks down at you. Yeah.
You really probably could have killed him, in all fairness.
No.
But
Don't
then-
think Jedis don't use guns either. I
They
mean,
wouldn't have got the women's vote.
Yeah.
Ewan McGregor, supposedly. I've heard quite a lot of people about that. I'm just like, no, that's not. He does use a gun. He kills Grievous with a gun.
Yeah, that's true. He does. I mean, in Darth Maul. I don't know why. I mean, I know he used it like that one time, but that was in sort of desperation.
Did you see any blasters round about him when he was being Darth Maul?
No, I mean, why Sith and Jedi don't also train in blaster use?
Because they're not violent people.
They've got swords that can cut through literally anything.
They
Except another
are
sword.
keepers of the peace.
Except, the war ones.
Yeah, the
War
war
ones.
ones, they're just soldiers. And Anakin was kind of a
Yeah.
dick.
See,
Yeah.
and what was it?
Sort of a loophole in their own story.
See, they should have just listened to Yoda in the beginning. Admittedly, well, I give Liam Neeson all his credit, it is kind of his fault, everything. Because he wanted to train Anakin as a Jedi.
Oh, it's not
He-
Liam Neeson's fault, it's Qui-Gon's fault. Blame his character, not
Okay,
the
I'll blame
person.
blame the writers, if anything. I'll blame
Aye.
the writers. But,
George Lucas.
it's
Again.
Qui-Gon Jinn's fault. That the
Wanker.
whole
Were you
thing
questioning
happened.
Liam Neeson there?
Or
I'm
are
not
you
questioning
questioning Liam Neeson?
I'm questioning Qui-Gon Jinn. Yes, I'm questioning Liam Neeson at this stage.
Calum, go stand outside and think about what you just said.
Kidding me? No. This isn't Liam Neeson bad as Liam Neeson. This is Liam Neeson before he was Liam Neeson. That makes sense.
He isn't the Taken at this point.
Yeah,
Nothing
he
like
hadn't done Taken. This was like Schindler's
This was
List.
him training up for it. He's a Jedi, man.
Yeah, okay, so some people are allowed to make some mistakes, but his mistake involved a giant
It
Death
was-
Star.
it
Two
wa-
giant Death Stars that blew up planets.
It
All
was-
because he wanted to train a shitty little
He
kid.
was also Zeus and he trained Batman.
Who was annoying as hell.
You can't, eh?
No, not Batman or Zeus, but the kid that
God of
Qui-Gon
Thunder.
Jinn trained was annoying as hell.
God
I don't
of
care about his midichlorian count.
It's such a pointless thing. It's almost as high as Yoda's. Well, you don't see Yoda going on ape shit and killing everyone, do you?
Exactly. We should have just stick with Yoda. Don't achieve for the best, aim for like second best, and then you know you're not going to mess anything up. That's a Jedi. I'm not saying anybody listening to this should aim for second best.
Just leave it there. Once you reach second, there's not really much higher you can go, because the guy better than you will always be better than you.
They always say there's always somebody better than you, but what about the guy who's the best? Because there's got to be a number one somewhere. What about him?
Right, we're getting into philosophy now. Do
Yeah.
we really want to go there?
Well, Star Wars tackles some areas of philosophy, as in
If the
Is it-
Force
does a
was
red
real,
lightsa-
if the
does a
Force
red
was real,
lightsa-
I'd be all over that shit.
does a red lightsaber make you a bad guy? Think about it.
I'm pretty sure the colours are explained.
The colours are explained.
Yeah.
I thought it was just due to crystals.
That's what I mean. I think
Crystals they use.
the crystal colours are explained, but I don't know. It's like orange is like in between or something. Purple's also in between. So Mace Windu was
Well, yeah, he was
partially
one of
an evil
yeah,
bastard.
Well, yeah, because he wanted to kill the
Shady.
Emperor straight
he was a
off.
shady bastard.
I would say Mace Windu was the most level-headed of the lot. He didn't want Anakin to be part of the Jedi Council. He wanted to kill the Emperor before he became Emperor. You know, and Anakin was like, no. That's my
Yeah,
impression of Hayden
that-
Christensen.
That's what Anakin did in the movie. He went, no.
Yeah.
And then
he's got-
chopped his arm off.
Speaking of Star, are you going to get Star Wars 1313?
If it looks better, like if they go into more detail as to what the gameplay is going to involve and stuff, because at the moment it's just a cover-based shooter in Star Wars universe. They haven't really told me much of the plot other than you're a bounty hunter and you're in what, level 1 free.
It's going to be better than Force Unleashed.
Of course, it's got to be better than Force Unleashed because Force Unleashed was liquid turd.
The second one was only like 4 hours long.
It was balls. It got to that stage where you didn't even need to use your lightsaber because if you upgrade your force powers enough, you just use that and you just fling them about the place, and that's it.
Yeah.
There wasn't even any.
The Vader battle wasn't even a proper boss
Dear
fight.
God, the bit where you have to pull, like in the first one, the bit where you have to pull like the cruiser out of the sky and onto the planet. I was pulling my hair out of that freaking thing. It is so goddamn annoying. I was there for a good hour. I was probably terrible at the game, mind you, but it was so fucking annoying. And you know, you do pull it down into the planet and that, and it's like, oh, cool. And if you could have just done that straight away, you'd be like, whoa. But after half an hour's work, you're just like, I don't even fucking care anymore. I'm just glad to see the
Done
death
it.
of that
I
thing.
need to turn it off
Yeah,
before I go mental.
Go away.
I think the only problem, like getting back to the movies, I think the only problem that they're going to have is they annihilated the Sith threat quite quickly in Han's Child.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, it didn't take them long. So how they're going to stretch that over 3 odd
See, I don't
movies?
even think they should do something like that. I think they should do something like pick up on one of the bounty hunters or whatever, the sort of bounty hunter sort of thing, because that would be interesting.
You know what?
Wouldn't even be a. You don't.
In all honesty, the Hobbit's coming out.
Yeah. Who cares?
Who cares?
Hobbit's coming out.
Hobbit, there you go.
There's our. That's
There's
what
our
the whole-
advice. Watch
That's
The
what we were
Hobbit.
marketing for.
That's our view on the Star Wars thing. Fuck
Yeah.
it.
Watch
Yeah,
The Hobbit.
There you go.
Coming
Fuck it, the Hobbit's coming out. Wait until that's done and then we can deal.
Then we can deal with Star Wars.
Okay.
There you go, Hobbit.
yeah,
Is it?
Yeah.
Done.
Hobbit. Hobbit.
That was supposedly about Star Wars, but
Yeah.
Hobbit.
But Hobbit. Yeah. Hobbit. Go see it. It's coming out in 3 parts as well, just like the trilogy. There you go. Hobbit trilogy. Fuck the Star Wars trilogy. Hobbit trilogy.